It's time now for a look at the latest in local sports and sports. Wayne County's high school baseball team back in action tomorrow night here at home at Howard Bo Warren Field for a doubleheader against the veteran Warhawks. Game 1 at 4:30 tomorrow, game 2 at 7 p.m. We'll have both games for you right here on Big Dog Country FM 105.5. Jackets defeated Veterans on Tuesday at Veterans by a score of 7-3. Junior Luke Boykin hit his 10th home run of the season, which leads the state of Georgia this time among all high school baseball players. Luke was named Coastal Empire Player of the Week for last week's games against Glen Academy, in which he hit a grand slam in both ball games. Junior center fielder having quite a season in that leadoff spot and playing center field, hitting close to 500 on the season with 21 games in, 9 more to go before the state playoffs begin. Wayne currently has the number one spot in the region with a perfect record of 4-0. Ware County currently in second place with a record of 5-1. Coffee lost to Warner Robins this week, which puts them at 3-4 currently. Veterans is at 1-6 in region play. Warner Robins also with that win over Douglas at 1-6 in region play. 4 of the 5 teams move on to the state playoffs, and the Jackets seeking that number one spot in order to host the state playoff action right here at Howard Bo Warren Field. The Masters Golf Tournament gets underway, and on Wednesday they didn't have the par 3 contest, but there was a press conference with Augusta National Golf Club Chairman Fred Ridley, and the press corps pressed him for his opinion on the new Georgia voting law as MLB moved its All-Star game out of Atlanta. Here's Ridley's statement to the media. He says, quote, "I believe, as does everyone in our organization, that the right to vote is a fundamental right in our democratic society. No one should be disadvantaged in exercising that right, and it is critical that all citizens have confidence in the electoral process. This is fundamental to who we are as a people. We realize that views and opinions on this law differ, and there have been calls for boycotts and other punitive measures. Unfortunately, those actions often impose the greatest burdens on the most vulnerable in our society, and in this case, that includes our friends and neighbors here in Augusta, Georgia, who we are the very focus of the positive difference we are trying to make." But the media continued and asked Ridley, "Are you in favor of the law or against it? And if you're against it, what does the club plan to do about it?" And Ridley's answer, quote, "I don't think that my opinion on this legislation should shape the discussion. As I stated in my previous comments, I believe and I am confident that every member of this club believes that voting is a fundamental right in our society. As I stated, that anything that disadvantages anyone's right to vote is wrong and should be addressed. I'm not going to speak on the specifics of the legislation, but I do know what is best, and that is people working together and talking and having constructive dialogue, because that's how our democracy works. And while you would like me to make a proclamation on this, I just don't think it would be helpful to do so." So as much as they attempted to push Ridley in a corner, he simply refused to be dragged into the debate. Simply says, "Let's play golf and enjoy the weekend." Again, CBS states during the broadcast of Masters, a tradition like no other. There's only one Augusta National in the world in Augusta, Georgia, and golfers from all countries, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, and on, come to play the most prestigious golf course in the world. Again, it's underway today. The Masters champion will be crowned on Sunday. Atlanta Braves sweep the doubleheader on Wednesday at Washington. They win the first game 7-6, game 2 2-zip. Braves have the day off. They have their home opener tomorrow at home against Philadelphia. That game time 7:20. LA County Sheriff's Department said Wednesday the Tiger Woods February crash was caused by excessive speed. They state Woods' SUV was traveling 87 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. Sheriff says the SUV was probably traveling around 75 miles per hour when it hit a tree. No traffic citations were issued. The sheriff says there's no sign of impairment or distracted driving, so they don't have probable cause to get those warrants. Detectives also did not seek search warrants for a blood sample, which could have been screened for drugs or alcohol. Deputy said Woods just told them that he was not on any medication or alcohol before the crash. Registration for the Wayne County Recreation Swim Team will be held April 13th and 15th from 4 to 6 p.m. at 507 Orrin Way. Practices will begin April 19th on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays while school's in session. Again, they stress these are not swim lessons. The fees are $125 for the entire season, which runs from April 19th to June 28th. Swimmers must be between the ages of 7 and 18 and be able to swim the length of a pool. If you need more information and interested, call 706-631-1449. Again, that's 706-631-1449. Again, the sign-ups get underway beginning April 13th and 15th from 4 to 6 p.m. at 507 Orrin Way here in Jesup. And that's going to do it for the latest in local sports. Sports is brought